I am Marcus with That Nerd Show here at the 2018 Dallas International Film Festival, and we are speaking with Brian from Korn over the film about his life and his daughter. And I got to tell you first that my mom stole a Korn album, thought it was the wrong kind of music. I want to show her this film and show her that, I know. But now, I think the first thing that we think of, hard rockers, metal bands and everything about, having families, that's just not something you would do. But were you kind of surprised when you had a daughter and kind of changing your life and everything? Was it a big shock for you?
Man, having the daughter having the child was like the biggest transforming thing, because being a rock star is all about you,
Right.
It's like that's the identity. I'm a rock star, all of us. And so having the kid, it's like it humbles you, because you got to give your life away for your kid. You have to let go of all the ego. And so that was a process. But my identity now is I'm a father. I'm a son. I'm a friend. I'm not. My whole identity was rock star before, so that's changed. And I got.
Do you feel like being a rock star is the easy part compared to being a father?
You just nailed it.
I know, it seems like kind of a rhetorical question.
You go out on stage, the song's good, you're prepared. Fatherhood, you're not prepared. You wing it, you make mistakes, and so definitely easier.
Now, you've had such an interesting journey, from what I understand, with raising a child and then going back to the band. What was the biggest struggle for you, leaving the band, having a child? What was that one thing that was the biggest struggle?
I think the biggest struggle was myself, because for years I suffered with anger and rage, like holes in the walls, breaking things in my house, and so depression was a big thing. And so even when I stopped the drugs and found faith in everything, I was battling myself. There's a war within, good days, bad days, good months, bad months. And so my daughter, unfortunately, had to see a lot of bad character flaws, and it scared her and it confused her, but I overcame all of it though. The anger is very minimal now. I still have it, we all have it, and so it's so great to be on the other side, of anger and rage and addiction and all of that. I got a lot of peace in my heart. I feel like I just read something the other day where I feel like my heart's a paradise sometimes because I have so much peace, So I'm really thankful.
Well, when you went back to Korn in 2013, did you find the experiences better compared to what it was before because you're at peace, especially being a musician?
What happened was, I told you that before, my identity was a rock star, so it was the same for the other guys. So when I came back into the band, I realized that their identity was father, husband, friend, rock star was just what they did. So they got humbled, they became nicer, more focused, and so it was a completely different atmosphere when I walked back in.
What's your favorite thing to do with your daughter? There's just that one special thing between you guys.
It doesn't get too complicated. It's like Netflix, going out to movies, and I really like taking her out to dinner, it's like date nights with the daughter, So this year I'm taking her to Hawaii, and because I get the buddy pass this year. No, it's I won, huh? No, it's where you get the airline where you get enough miles, and they're like companion pass. So I'm gonna fly her to Hawaii. I'm gonna fly her to a couple vacations this year. Yeah,
all right.
I'm on it.
Well, I've heard great things about this film, and just the story in general. The first time they filmed it, and you going back and everything, I can't wait to see it. But before we let you go, since we are That Nerd Show, we always have a very nerdy question we like to ask everybody. All right. So, if you had a superpower or some kind of weapon of choice from the nerd universe to fight the forces of evil, what would it be for you?
Oh, I hate hard questions. From the nerd universe, If I had a superpower, it would be to be, what do you call those that were they hackers?
The ultimate computer hacker?
Yes, I'd be the ultimate computer hacker, and I'd use it for good versus evil.
Nice. Take all the propaganda off Facebook.
Go find like go after the sex trafficking industry and all the secret things, and I'd bring them all down.
We haven't had that answer before. That's a great answer. So, well,
came to me.
Thank you very much, Brian. It was a pleasure talking with you.
You too.
Good luck with the film. Scott and Trey from the movie, and I am drawing a blank.
Loud, Crazy Love.
What an interesting documentary. And how did you guys come about this? I mean, what was the story behind you guys getting behind this film?
Yeah, in 2008, we released a very short film about Brian's life. He had left Korn in 2005. We had sort of told the reason why he left Korn. So that established a relationship and like some kind of level of trust between us. And then in 2013, we had remained friends. In fact, between those years, we even talked about doing a documentary, but it's kind of like, well, we would just be telling the same story, really, but just in documentary form. And then he called in 2013 and said, hey guys, I'm going back to Korn. You guys should follow along. And we were like, you're going back to Korn? So, the very place he left that really rotted his soul, it seemed like a good reason to go, why, that was going back for it. So that was the reason why we started.
That was our first point of curiosity, right?
Why would you go back to this?
Why would you go back to the place you swore was death, right? And that's a curiosity that we had.
Now, I mean, I think we're all kind of surprised or taken back when we learn of hard rockers having families and they're normal like everybody else. I mean, were you guys surprised by that when you when you got into the story?
I was surprised at the level of normalcy. Ultimately, we got to witness a bunch of aging rock stars. So they get off stage, roll their back, phone calls home, even family out on the road. So
But at the same time, rock stars are not different than you and I, right?
No.
Their profession just gets more eyeballs than the rest of us.
Well, especially when you're dressing up and the way that you look and stuff like that. But
if there was a pleasant surprise, it was that how relatable and how alike Scott and I are to Brian.
Nice to meet
you. Right? Like, we're both dads. All three of us are fathers. We just have so much in common as men. Very similar phases of life. Different experiences, but very similar things happening on the inside.
Right. What was the one thing, I know the whole thing was kind of surprising, but from the short film to this film, the journey back to Korn, was there one particular thing that just kind of, you guys were taken back by, that really surprised you?
I'd say yes. For me it was, there's an interview with Brian's parents in the film, and that was 2 years into the project. We thought we were making one movie, and the story sort of grabbed us by the collar and forced us a different direction on the heels of that interview. That's when we kind of realized it was really this father-daughter love story. Brokenness and yet so much beauty that comes from these two people who are inseparable because of their relationship. And the movie, for me at that point, took on a new level of excitement.
Yeah, I'd say just in short, probably for me, you never know, like these guys are used to protecting their reputation and putting up a brand and things like that. And when we were given access to really go inside the family behind those curtains and just the realness that they didn't put on a front, we actually got to see sort of triumph and tragedy and hard things. I think that was wow, we're actually doing something truly unique here, or at least we've been given an opportunity to see something.
Cool. Now, our last question, we always ask a nerdy question, so your inner nerd gets to come out. if you could have a superpower or some kind of weapon of choice from the nerd universe, lightsaber, Thor's hammer, whatever, to fight the forces of evil, what would it be? What would you personally choose?
I would be able to do every Fortnite dance to flawless perfection.
Nice.
I wish I had Brian's story and I'd change the world. I don't know. That lightsaber right there looks pretty deadly.
Yeah. It's ours.
Lightsaber with a microphone. I don't think that's been developed. So
No. We started doing this last year, and it's become our thing now.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Like I said, we're nerds, but all great answers. Cannot wait to see the film. Thank you very much, and good luck with it on the film circuit.
Thank you very much.